It was a crisp autumn morning on November 4th, the eve of an important day for many Americans. The city buzzed with an undercurrent of urgency, a final push in discussions and debates among neighbors, friends, and families. The atmosphere was charged with the knowledge that tomorrow would provide one last chance to make a voice heard, a vote cast. For Emily, a mother and dedicated community member, the coming day weighed heavily on her mind. As she walked through the park with her young daughter, Maria, thoughts of the future and the choices she must make swirled in her head. Emily was no stranger to the importance of voting. Her grandparents had marched for the rights she now possessed, and her parents often spoke of the impact each vote held. But this time, as Emily sat in her living room with a pen and the sample ballot spread out in front of her, the weight of the decisions she faced felt more personal than ever. Do I want more money in my pocket, or is there a cost to that? She pondered, thinking of how tax cuts had affected public schools and running infrastructure. What about the rights and bodies of women, the environment, the economy? What future do I want for Maria? She thought as she watched her daughter play innocently in the yard. Her husband, Jake, came in from the garden, dirt on his hands and a tired but content look on his face. Have you decided yet? He asked, nodding towards the ballot. Almost, Emily replied, glancing down once more at the list of propositions and candidates. She felt a pang of conflict at the simplicity with which some had framed the issues. The idea of reducing complex social and economic issues to a few stark choices seemed almost impossible. That night, they sat around the dinner table, discussing the myriad of opinions they had heard from friends and the points raised by family. Emily and Jake wanted to ensure that their vote was not just a reactionary measure, but a thoughtful decision. As they tucked Maria in that night, Emily whispered, "Tomorrow, when we vote, we choose your future too. We'll strive to ensure it's a good one." With a resolve strengthened by love and responsibility, Emily felt ready to head to the polls. She knew the act of voting was not just about the issues, but about making sure her voice, Maria's voice, and those of countless others in her community were counted in the promise of tomorrow.